Hey guys, what's going on? BlueJ here. How you doing? So today we're going to be starting a new series on the channel called Revisited. We're going to revisit old films, and we're going to see what we think about them today. We're going to give our thoughts about what we're thinking about them going into it, and our current thoughts on it. And then after we watch the film, we're going to come back and do a full-on discussion about our thoughts today. Have they changed? Like, how are they different? Do we hate it more? Do we love it more? So today we're actually going to be starting off with Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. So Matt, what are your thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man?
It's fucking trash. No, I'm kidding. If we're talking about the first one, like this whole series is based around revisiting a movie.
Yeah.
Or a series. I haven't seen either of these in about 4 years, give or take. So, but I do remember the first one being decent. The suit's garbage. I do remember the suit's garbage, but yeah. I remember the first one having a good villain. I forgot. It's the big reptile dude. Forgot his name. Lizard Man.
Yeah.
Something like that. I remember the first one being pretty good. The second one, when we get there, we'll talk more about that one. But I remember that one being trash. But this first Amazing Spider-Man movie, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun rewatch. And I'm excited to see kind of how it grew over time, or how it aged, I guess you could say. Because it's been maybe 8 years since it came out. I don't know. Let me look that up.
Did it come out? Was it?
It came out in 2012.
Oh, it was 2012.
Yeah, so it's been 8 years. So maybe it aged really well, and we'll find out. But I'm really excited because this series does, or these two movies do get a lot of hate. So I want to see kind of how we interpret it today. 8 years later.
Yeah.
How we view them 8 years later.
Because I mean, we have a new Spider-Man now with Tom Holland.
We do.
So maybe we'll
see
some things.
I've said Tom Holland has been my favorite Spider-Man out of the three we've had. I think Tobey Maguire's been the best Peter Parker. I think Andrew Garfield's been a decent Spider-Man, but I think Tom Holland's the best blend of both of them.
Yeah.
Like both Spider-Man and Peter Parker, he nails really well. So maybe this will change my mind revisiting it after seeing Tom Holland play Spider-Man, but we'll find out. There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch the movie.
Yeah. I remember, is it this film or is it the second one where they go into like the whole backstory of his parents? Is that the second one?
That's the beginning of the second one. It's like the opening.
I don't know. I remember really liking this one when it came out. So I think that's kind of the consensus, is this one's the good one and the second one's shit. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm being open-minded. Same. I said, I liked it when I first saw it, but like, yeah, you said 8 years later. Let's find out what we think.
A lot of things can change. Like, I don't know. Let's watch it.
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Parker.
Not much to tell, really.
Peter lives with his aunt and uncle. Did you catch that spider guy yet?
No, but we will. This guy wears a mask like an outlaw. I think he's trying to do something maybe the police can't. You know, if you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief. You a cop? You seriously think I'm a cop?
So Matt, what'd you think? What'd you think? We just sat down. This is 2 hours later. Two and a half hours later.
2 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just about. I don't know. Better than I expected. I will say that.
Same. Yeah.
Or better than I remember. That's what I should have said.
Okay. For me, it's still a really good movie, but I don't know if it's as good as I remember it being. Like, it's still really good, but something about it just, I don't know. I think the movies we have now kind of changed my perspective on this, so it's a little different, but I still like it.
I think it's enjoyable, but I think when you look at the other Spider-Man movies we've gotten in the last 20 years, it's towards the bottom of the list.
I see that. Yeah, no, I kind of get it more now.
Yeah, I think like the Raimi Spider-Man's movies are up here, and then Tom Holland is probably like right here, and then Amazing Spider-Man's down very low. compared to the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of been just like the overall, like everyone kind of just agrees on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been like, no, I think they're pretty good, but no, I gotta say after watching, I kind of agree. They're kind of low tier Spider-Man movies. I mean, we've only seen the one so far.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
I know everyone's like the second one's not great. I think the second one's good. I mean,
we'll find out.
We haven't
We'll
watched it
find
yet,
out.
but basically during the movie we took notes. I have 2 full pages of notes here.
I have a full
Like
iPhone notes pad, I guess you can call it.
what do you? What? Okay,
I kind of went like chronologically, so I started with like how they
Mhm.
start off the movie with the parents' story and
Yeah.
kind of what's going on there, how they never touch on it, which kind of pisses me off. But I think that set up something interesting for the second movie,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know the second movie didn't do much with it. But I still think it's an interesting plot that his dad and mom have a very big tie into Oscorp and everything that's going on.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down too. I like how the dad has importance in this
Yeah.
version. Like he's not just gone. His parents aren't just gone or dead.
Mhm.
There's a reason they're gone. There's a reason they're dead. Like or missing.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, and I think it was a interesting plot element. I think that
Mhm.
would have made for a great story going forward. I know they didn't continue it. I would love to know what they were gonna do with it, but yet again, it's in the past now, so I can't really dwell on that.
Don't they go bigger on it in the second film?
They do. I do know the second one opens with like a plane heist or something like
Yeah.
that, something along those lines,
I
where
remember that.
his parents die in a plane, possibly. I can't remember, but something happens in a plane.
I remember that. I just know they expand upon it, and I
Mhm.
think it's great. I think it's cool
Same.
that there's like this different twist on Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's
Mhm.
not just the same old nerdy Peter Parker with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Like it's like no, he has these parents that worked at Oscorp and they got into some shit and now they're dead.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I know everyone's like, oh, he's a Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's such a cool Spider-Man. He's really not. Like,
No, he's kind of a. I wrote this down somewhere. Where was it?
he's an awkward nerd.
Okay, I said okay. Want me to touch on everything about Peter Parker / Spider-Man?
Go for it.
Okay, I said one, he's a weird stalker. I think having
Yeah.
Gwen as like his home screen and all the pictures he's taking, that's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I also said he's very weird, very awkward. Feels like they're trying too hard and didn't feel natural. Said somewhere else like Spider-Man was kind of dickish in the beginning.
He was, yeah.
Like towards like the criminals or like I don't know. He was just very. It didn't feel like Spider-Man. It felt like too harsh for Spider-Man.
I think it kind of shows like what his arc is in this film, though. You
Mhm.
know, it's kind of
sure.
his revenge plot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Uncle Ben taught him. Like, hey, don't. Revenge doesn't get you anywhere. So,
Yeah.
which is cool. I like how they tied that in. But
hmm
but yeah, no, I wrote friend zone Parker. Oh my god, that was great. When the girl's just like, it seems like she's about to like hit on him and ask him out. And
Yeah.
it's like, hey, can you take pictures of my boyfriend's car? It's like, oh,
my
shit.
god.
Yeah. I gotta say, I know Peter's like a creepy ass stalker, but I
Mhm.
don't know. I love the chemistry between him and Gwen in this movie. It's just cute. But I think later in the
Mhm.
movie, it seems rushed.
I wrote that down. I think they could have established more of a connection or relationship between them in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. It felt forced and it didn't feel as strong as it could have been.
I don't know. It just feels like it happened too fast. But
Oh, definitely.
I think relationships can just be like that. I don't know. There was
Mhm.
like some like connection they had.
It was weird. Every time Andrew Garfield was Peter Parker, it was a little awkward and weird. Like it just didn't feel natural, and I don't know.
feel
It
that,
didn't work. It didn't work as well as I would have hoped it would.
I don't know. I put it's a different take on the character, which I appreciate. It's not just
Mhm.
a carbon copy of Sam Raimi's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing. I wrote
also put-
negative. Peter said yo.
Okay, I was gonna get into. I was like, the yo. There were so many like yos in that, and I guess it was because it was made in like 2012.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like that one scene in Oscorp where he bumps into the guy. He's like, "Yo," I'm like what?
I like how
there was
the Oscorp dude's like, what the fuck? It was just
Yeah,
weird.
Another weird scene where he was on the train and he was discovering his powers or using them for the first time without like control, and it was kind of weird how he was just like hitting people and he's like, I don't know, it felt a little weird.
I
Or
put
looked a
that
little weird, I
I
guess.
like that I love how he accidentally beats the shit out of people on the subway. Like, he doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. He just accidentally starts beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, and then another weird moment for me was him and Uncle Ben got into like that argument and he left the house and he slammed the door and the glass broke. I'm like, but why did you guys have to do that again? We already did it with the backboard. Why do we have to keep doing like this glass breaking?
Well,
over and over?
I liked how it showed how the spider bite like enhanced his strength.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when he wakes up the next morning, he immediately smashes the alarm clock and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like accidentally like squirting toothpaste everywhere and just he doesn't realize how strong he is now. And I think that just shows like he slams the door, but it shatters the door.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, we already saw him
Yeah.
do
But,
that
I mean-
a few times.
I mean, it shows. I think it kind of shows more like it's not just like a gimmick, but it's something he has to get a hold of and be like,
Get
"Hey,
used to.
don't like be so forceful with things, or else you're going to give away your power." What do you call it? Shit, where'd I put it? Going back to the Uncle Ben thing though, I like how they ended on argument. I don't remember if that's how it happened in Raimi. I don't think so, right?
I think when he was shot, he said like, "With great powers come."
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
wait, no, that was before.
No, yeah, it was before. But like,
can't remember.
I don't think there's any real argument between the two of them though. Like, I haven't
No.
seen the movies in a bit, so
If I remember correctly, he was going out because he was worried about Peter, like, kind of similar to this, but they ended on an argument where the other one, I think Peter snuck out. I could be wrong. We haven't seen that one in a while.
yeah, God, I kind of need to watch those again. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I liked that it was an argument that happened. Ben followed him out. Peter got into some mischief and was like, sure, I'll take a freaking free chocolate milk. And then his uncle gets shot for trying to do the right thing, and it's like, oh, he never gets to say goodbye. Like, his last thing was an argument.
Yeah, I did put on my notes. Uncle Ben was a 10 out of 10 character.
He was so good, dude.
I love this Uncle Ben.
So
I
good.
don't remember him, so going in, I was like, I don't remember his Uncle Ben too well. Was he a good Uncle Ben? A bad Uncle Ben? He was a good Uncle Ben.
I thought he was gonna be like really generic, but no, he was a really good Uncle Ben. I gotta say, my favorite thing was after Ben died, Peter tried listening to the voicemail, and he couldn't do it. He
and then at the
couldn't come
end-
to terms, but at the end, he finally sat down and listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that
I
was a
don't know
great
why I
moment.
like that so much, but it was good. Also, Freddy the Three-Legged Mouse is the best character in the movie.
Yeah, he was pretty
Fight
great.
me. And then he
Um,
became a a lizard rat. Perfect.
And that kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I forgot the whole thing that it turns anything into a reptile. It wasn't
yeah,
just
I-
Dr. Connor.
Yeah, that was weird. I said good setups with Osborn because it established like how he kind of wants to create medicine for himself or
Yeah.
serum for himself.
They set up
and
that
then-
Osborn's dying too.
Yeah, which really leads into the second movie because it's kind of about his death in a way
Yeah.
and his son taking over. So I did enjoy the aspect of them setting up different elements for the future. Also with the end credit scene with that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. They set up a lot of things that they could have gone into different directions with, and they kind of didn't. But I have to acknowledge that.
I gotta say, I think that might be a downfall of this like sequel like series. Is it's just they tried setting up too much. I think they're getting ahead of themselves, and it shows, especially in the second one. I think that's where it shows the most. I put no one sees him testing his tech midday in New York.
Yeah, the building. He jumps off the building and no one's around.
No one's around.
What is it? New York, Queens, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a populated city. Someone would be there. Someone would be like, he swings onto tables, and it's just like, you're telling me no one's there. No one's there to notice him without a mask.
I didn't realize how the suit was actually kind of menacing. Like, it's kind of intimidating. Like when he corners like the car thief, I was just like, oh shit! Like if someone ran up on me in like a Spider-Man suit like that, I'd be like, oh shit, what the fuck?
How did you feel about the suit?
It wasn't as bad as I remember. It's still not great, but I like it.
Yeah. I said it's not great. I said it's kind of like non-rememberable, I guess. Like, I don't know.
I mean, we remember it from how weird it was.
I guess, yeah.
I kind of like... I think they kind of put it into Miles' suit, but his fingers had like the red... He had like red fingers, but like... I think it was like that? I don't know, the fingers were like different colors than like the arm sleeve. I don't know, it was a cool design there, but like certain parts are really cool. Like the eyes are different, which I like the second movie suit better. I don't know, I thought it was cool. Like, it's not the best suit, but it's a good suit. I think it's weird with the Raimi films, they don't change the suit, right? Like, it's the same suit 3 films.
It's probably like little details, but it's generally the same throughout.
I kind of like how they change it from the first one here to the second one. Just slight changes and makes it more look like the comics.
Yeah.
But I kind of like how he handles Ben's death and just goes on a fucking rampage looking for the murderer.
Yeah.
I think it shows how reckless he is, and like he can't handle his emotions. Like, I mean, look what he did to Flash earlier. Like, it shows he's out for revenge, and that's just what he thinks. That's how he thinks.
Yeah, for sure. How did you feel about the high schoolers in this one? Because I know in Sam Raimi, it's very noticeable that they're not high schoolers. Those are fucking grown adults. But in this one,
it was more believable.
Yeah, not Homecoming level, whereas Homecoming's like, okay, those are, I'm pretty sure those are teenagers right there.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like, they're young adults. I could deal with it.
Because the next one, they graduate, right?
Yeah.
So like, they're obviously senior year like students, so it makes sense. But no, I think it works. Like, that's immediately what I thought of. I'm like, oh, these actually look like high schoolers, more like high schoolers than the Raimi one.
Yeah, because that's something that always bugged me with the Raimi films. I'm like, because they don't seem like high schoolers. They seem like young adults in the real world. But in this one, they did it better. They did the casting better.
Also, I like the whole Captain Stacy and like Peter, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like the argument they had at the table. Yeah, like the disagreement. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like, it just, Stacy never liked Peter, obviously. Like, right when he meets him the first time, it's like, I don't blame him. He was just kind of chilling in his daughter's room, so.
I kind of wish they built on their connection more, maybe, or built on at least Stacy's character a little bit more, because I felt like
it felt rushed.
He could have more depth to him, but he was all right.
Because it was like, okay, we meet him at the table. I mean, we met him earlier in the film for like a split second.
He was probably in it for like 15 minutes total.
But like, yeah, once you get to the table, he's like, yeah, that Spider-Man's a menace. It's like, okay, but I wish we kind of saw him like maybe catching clues to Spider-Man this whole time. Like, every case was like, oh shit, this dude, we don't know who he is, or there was something more to it, but yeah, it was fine. I mean, they do build on it more in the sequel, which I think's weird. Like, I don't know, I don't know if I like that leave Gwen out of it thing. You know, his last words. I get it. But at the same time, I think it's fuck that Peter did not show the funeral. Like, I don't know. when Gwen comes to his door, I'm just like, Peter, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that was like, there was no reason for him not to go to the funeral.
Yeah.
Like he would just like leave Gwen out of the Spider-Man life,
Yeah. And it's
but
just like,
protect her. You know, that's how I felt. That's how, I don't know. That's how I gauged his final lines.
I think with Captain Stacy dying, it made Peter not feel like a good person, and maybe he was in the wrong this whole time, and maybe he's not good. And I realized after Aunt May told him, "You are a good person," like, and kind of reassured him on that. It seemed like from then he's like, okay, like I am a good person, and it turned his life around. Like, he finally listened to Uncle Ben's voice message. He finally said, fuck it, I'm gonna continue to talk to Gwen. Like, he knows he's not a bad person. I mean, obviously Gwen's dad never truly got to know him other than Spider-Man and sleazy dude in my daughter's bedroom. But, yeah, I don't know. That was weird. I liked when Spider-Man saved the kid in the truck, though. I remember that.
That was cool. That was cool.
I didn't remember the city helping him out, though. I like that.
Oh, with the cranes.
With the cranes.
I have that as a note. I said, love the crane scene / guy, because it shows like the ordinary people, even though they have like no power, they can still do their part and help out their hero, you know? Just doing the little things might make a big difference, and it did in that instance.
Yeah, Spider-Man's
there
to help them, and they're there to help Spider-Man.
Yeah, and the guy's kind of paying back his debt, you know? You saved my son, so I'll help you. You know, I like that moment a lot.
So good. So good. I also said the lizard's plan is weird. Turn everyone into lizards.
It's okay. I said in the beginning I enjoyed their relationship because it was like Dr. Connor was working with Richard. Was it Richard?
Yeah, Richard.
The father?
Dick Parker.
It felt like they were like working together again in a way where it's like, wow, like they seem like they're friends.
Yeah.
But then I was like, he got a little weird. Like I get like he had good intentions, but then his brain was messed up and then like messed everything up.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It was like the serum messing with his brain that really made his plan really weird, because like all of a sudden he wanted to turn everybody into lizards for the reason that humans are weak.
Yeah. I don't get that. Like I know, like you said, his brain was fucked up, but just it's so weird. Like, why?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it was a little confusing, a little weird, but I don't know. Towards the end, I guess he kind of redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I didn't mean to do this. It was just a serum. You're still an asshole. You still did it. So
I gotta say, I said I don't know how I felt about Gwen finding out he was Spider-Man so quick.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. So it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. Instead of having to wait a movie for her to find out. Because I'm like, he's not good at hiding it. Like,
no. No, not
Lizard immediately found out who it was because he left the damn camera sitting there. Like, he's not good at hiding this shit at all. So,
do you think Aunt May knew?
I'm pretty sure at the end she
Because
knew.
he's coming back with a damn scar that looks like a claw mark across his face. I'm like,
I'm
how
pretty
could you
sure.
not put 2 and 2 together?
I feel like at the end they kind of allude to her knowing.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, there was a huge lizard fight with Spider-Man. My nephew has just come home, basically all clawed up. Maybe he's Spider-Man.
Nah.
Like, I don't remember if in the second one she knows or not.
Yeah, that's something I'm kind of excited to find out.
Yeah.
If we actually knew. Another note I had was the final fight was enjoyable, nothing special, but it was a good time.
It was. I liked that they were using the liquid nitrogen to freeze the lizard. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, there were some cool plot points. And then I said CGI was not great at times, and the lighting was a little wonky, I guess you could say. I don't know. It wasn't great at.
Yeah. The lizard CGI is weird.
It's his eyes. I don't know. His eyes look off.
I think the Spider-Man CGI is great. Like,
Mhm.
I couldn't tell. I
The
don't
Spider-Man
know.
CGI was pretty good.
Like, they did a really good job with that. But yeah, the lizard was just weird. I
Mhm.
do like how they made him more human than lizard in this iteration. You know, instead of
Mhm.
just turning him straight into a lizard like in the animated series or the comics, they went no. He retains like some human, so like his facial features are still humanish, but it's also lizard. Like how the rat was lizard rat, and it
Mhm.
was I don't know. It was just interesting. I didn't remember them doing that for some reason. I mean, it looks weird, but it's a cool take on it.
Yeah, it was interesting. How did you feel about the Stan Lee cameo?
I I think that's like one of the best ones that's not in the MCU.
Oh, it's
It's
fantastic.
so good. He's just chilling there. I love it.
I love Stan Lee cameos. Rest in peace.
It sucks we're not gonna get any more.
I know.
I like the one in Spider-Verse where it's just like a painting on the wall, like a mural. Or is that Spider-Verse?
No, he in Spider-Verse, he's like behind the counter selling Spider-Man suits.
Oh shit! Wait, what? What movie is it in where he's like a mural on a wall?
I know what you're talking about, I think. I think.
I'll look that up after this, but I gotta figure that out now. I'll mention it in the next episode.
Someone tell us in the comments down
Yeah,
below.
yeah, let us know, let us know. I don't know. I think the man at the end credits was interesting
Mhm.
because I thought he was just in Connor's head the whole time. But then you brought up the point that he's in the sequel at the
I'm
end.
pretty sure he's that guy in the sequel where he's like walking into Oscorp past like all the
Yeah.
suits and tech, but he could be in his head because of a previous like conversation they had or a previous meeting, so he's like rethinking about it.
Or it just is Connor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe he gets out and that's why in the sequel that dude's walking through.
Maybe.
I don't know,
maybe.
it seemed like he was in his head the whole time. So I'm so confused. I don't remember.
No.
Let me see if there's anything else I'm leaving out. I like how after he's like hunting down the like thugs, he falls through and lands in the wrestling ring.
Oh, a throwback to the Raimi.
Yeah. I like that. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool.
I kind of like how he looks up and he just sees like a random like mask design. He was just
Yeah,
like,
he's just like-
yeah, I'll take that idea.
I like that.
I don't hate that.
No, it was cool. I think that's it.
Yeah, I covered all my points.
Yeah, same. It's a good film. Like
Mhm.
you're right though. The Uncle Ben here is fucking great.
He's the standout of the movie in my opinion.
I do wonder if we'll get an Uncle Ben in the MCU, or if we'll get. I know we've got like references and little Easter eggs to him, but I wonder if we'll ever actually see like a flashback of him. I think it'd be cool.
I think it'd be cool, but what happens if they kind of take like the elements here where it's like the family has more importance in the Spider-Man universe and apply it to the MCU, where it's like Uncle Ben and his parents are somehow tied into something? I doubt it, but who knows?
That would be really cool.
Because they never explained what happened to his parents or Uncle Ben. It just kind of gets like brushed under the bed or
Like
whatever you
I
wanna
know
say.
Pierre's like after all she went through, and it's like, okay, we get Uncle Ben died, but did something else happen? Like,
Mhm.
what happened to you? What'd you have to do with it? I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
just like the Peter ran out on him. He followed him and died.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really did. I enjoyed this though.
Mhm.
I think it's cool. I can't wait to watch number 2.
Mhm.
Just because I think that's the more controversial one.
Oh yeah,
of
for
these
sure.
two. But the first one, yeah, no, it obviously these films are lower tier Spider-Man films, but I guess we'll see how number 2 is.
What do you rate it out of 10 or
Out of 10,
whatever?
I would give it 7.5. What about you?
See, I'm trying to create a 1 out of 10 scale because I don't feel like most people say 7's like an average, and I don't know. It's starting to become where everything for me is a 7.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking right now a 5 is an average for me. So I'll give it like a 5.
Okay. See,
But that's not bad. Like, on my scale, that's not bad, because
Yeah.
10 is nearly impossible, where 9 is, like, amazingly good. So 5 is, like, your 7, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I just kind of give everything like a 6 or a 7. I don't
Mhm.
know. I think this is better than average. It's a good film. 7.5 is, I think, a good rating for it.
Hmm.
But I guess we'll see how it ranks up against number 2.
Yeah.
But guys, go check out Matt's channel. There's probably a link in the corner up there. And there's links in the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Always appreciated. Hit that like button. And we will see you guys in the next video where we watch Amazing Spider-Man 2. See you later, guys.